Yo, what's the word, family? I am your boy Spartan IMO. First and foremost, thank you for your time and your patience being here with me today in my first YouTube video. Today, here in my first video, I want to chop it up with my anime community, in particular, my manga family. I said to myself, if ever I do a YouTube video, start this journey of content creation, first community that I'm trying to break into, be a part of, off rip is the anime and the manga community. I mean, it is my favorite pastime. I do love me some anime and manga. I have been reading more manga than I have been watching, but that along with my love for YouTube, one thing led to another, and here I find myself making this video. So with all that being said, in my first video, I want to focus on 3 manga that I think are IMO type situation, are hidden gems, you feel me? In some cases, you can probably argue that some of these are downright masterpieces. Some of these mangas are new. Some of them are already well known, and others, I just want to talk my little shit about. You feel me? With how big the anime and the manga communities are, it's inevitable that some people already know about these titles, and I get that, and some, do not. Obviously, you feel me? More so, this is for those who don't know of these hidden gems and are looking for something epic to read, and hopefully, with my advice, those people will have way more epic titles than they will have time to read them. I mean, without having to waste time sifting through all the bull that's out there, and that's kind of just like a headache to even have to look through just to find the good stuff, the good diamonds in the rough, you understand? For those who already know about these titles, I'm not mad. Talk to you, boy. Let me know if you feel me, you feel the same way, how good these titles are, what's better, what you think has potential. Hit me up in the comments, man. Let's make a little conversation about it. But listen, I've been talking your ear off for about long enough. Let's go ahead and jump right into the video. So for the first hidden gem, and also for the sake of not spoiling much of the beginning of the story, because it takes about 5 chapters, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it low-key short, and I'm gonna keep it vague to an extent. We are introduced to the MC, Dan Sayu, pretty much enjoying life, chilling. Even though the village where he stays has nothing but hate for him on some prejudice type time, he lives peacefully along with the homie and his love interest, which turns out to be the homie's sister. The seemingly peaceful life that they had all been living together would come to an end once an envoy comes to the village to take away the sister for some sort of sacrifice. I'm not sure what that's about. I'm gonna be honest. The MC puts up a valiant effort in trying to stop the envoy, from taking the homie little sister, his love interest, but that didn't work out. And sometime, a few chapters later, the homie comes in, and it's a total shit show. I'm not gonna hold you. With the homie dead and the sister taken, and the MC chained up on the brink of death, mind you, he is then saved by a passing old man. After the old man takes Dan Sayu under his wing as disciple, our MC's journey to become the next heavenly artillery general, as well as his revenge, begins. So with this manga, it's about 90 chapters deep. It's an action, it's an adventure, it's a historical martial arts thrill ride of a story. I'm not gonna hold you, family. The first 15 chapters is all it's gonna take for you to get a feel as to see whether or not you're gonna like it. I'm not gonna hold you. Probably even less than that. I'm gonna be a whole 100 with you. If you're into like martial arts manga in general, this is definitely for you. The historical part of this manga is not bad. Personally, I like history in general, the lore, so to speak, of the time in which this story takes place. As a man of history, I'm not gonna hold you. It's satisfying. Sometimes the historical names of the characters, can be a bit much to pronounce. The places, the names of the side characters, all of that. It's a bit of a mouthful, but that doesn't take away from the story at all, you feel me? The cherry on top for me though, hands down, is the artwork. The visuals is well cut. When I say is the colors, you feel me? Aside from the character designs, the surroundings within the story, the buildings, the landscapes, the backgrounds, all that just looked sharp, crisp. Man, the artist was going dummy. He was snapping. He was going crazy. It's not even a game. In my opinion, this is one of the few manga that I think can compete with the god tier action that's in stories like The Legend of the Northern Blade. Honestly, Solo Leveling is another good one. I would throw this in that category. In terms of the fighting, no pun intended, but with the twists and turns that are in the fights throughout the story, you're gonna have fun. Not just the fights, but the story itself, you understand, will have you craving for more with this one. I highly recommend. So we have our next hidden gem versus the former and the latter manga in this video, right? I had just came across this manga like not even that long ago. It's about 20 or so chapters deep, but even though it's relatively new, it's still looking like hidden gem status, family. I'm not gonna hold you, so I wanted to talk about it. Here we have Heavenly Demon Can't Live a Normal Life. With this manga, we have the Heavenly Demon Bok Jong-hyuk, who after living a fierce life in the land of Miram, and after fulfilling everything in life, he peacefully accepted his death. He has now undergone rebirth, and he finds himself in a new world. In his new life and body as the eldest son of the Dmitri family in the kingdom of Cairo, he is determined to live his own heavenly demon way while navigating the new world that he finds himself in, all at the same time while solving the issues of the kingdom, his family, and finding out the truth as to why the former Roman Dmitri had taken his own life. Okay, so bet. Artwork so far is fake decent whole time. Character design, everything as far as it being colored well, I mean, it all looks great. It looks good, man. The blood and the gore within the fight scenes is hardcore good stuff. It's satisfying, well drawn out. So far, the pacing of the story is good. I feel like it's not, being rushed at all in the beginning of the story. It's still kind of early to tell, but you know what I mean? It feels like I'm not having a hard time keeping up. And I like that. It makes it so that I can come back for more. Honestly, I'm waiting on every chapter. It's so good. New chapter, I gotta bust it down as soon as it comes. I'm not gonna lie. I don't do that with every manga, but for those that I feel that are just, deserves that type situation, I'm on it. The MC is a total badass. We see him start out not knowing anything and then kind of just working his way up from there. His training methods to get strong, I like how they go through, how he started out from the bottom and worked his way up, not just power up out of here, plot armor over there, convenience, and this. No. The MC, he works for his strength, his respect. Even though he's known as the idiot or the moron of the Dmitri family, you will find out that is not the case, and he lets everybody know that in gruesome fashion, which makes for a great read. But in my opinion, family, read it for yourself, and I believe you won't be disappointed. It's not going to take that many chapters for you to get into it. It didn't take me that many. I think it was like the first 3, 4. You feel me? And I was like, oh, I like this. This looks good. See for yourself, yo. In my opinion, I think you will like this manga right here. Let's go ahead and move on to the last video. Superhuman Error, one of the last manga that I want to talk to you guys about today. I've been talking your ear off for a little bit here now, and at the very least, I don't want to draw out the video too much longer. I just wanted to make sure I finish off the video with a banger of a manga. Man, I know we've talked about a couple, but this is at the top for me. This is one of my favorites, top 3. I mean, if I had to compare it to Solo, it's like neck and neck in a foot race, if not one step ahead. The Legend of the Northern Blade is like right on his heels, you know what I mean? Because of the action pack, I don't know which one is winning on that note because they're both that beautiful. To me, artistically, visually, impactful with punches and the destruction of the environment. This is that, yo. Superhuman Error. We start out the story, late night scene in the city, and there's a crowd of people around and everyone's kind of freaking out because they see that there's this inhuman creature that has this baby in the clutches of his hands, and it's looking pretty bad. It's looking pretty up. You see the mom on the sidelines kind of pleading for somebody to help or for something to happen as far as saving the baby. From there, the MC swoops in, chops off the arm of the inhuman, and then he get a jumping, you feel me? He throw out the hands, and the hands is powerful. This MC is low-key overpowered, but I love it. I love an overpowered MC that just get down to business and get to just whomping on whatever it is that he putting hands to. Putting hands and feet to this damn inhuman. I'm not gonna lie. Every punch, every kick is impactful. I love how they did just that aspect of the story. Visually, it's beautiful. There's not much I can say, and I'm not gonna harp on it too long, but I wanna tell you, the fight scenes in this manga are, to me, if not better than Solo Leveling. It's just like I said earlier, man, it's neck and neck. It's not even really comparing it in terms of the impactfulness of every single punch, of every single, like the agility, the move, the speed. I'm gonna be honest with you, I think this is better than Solo, and that's just my personal opinion. As you get further on down into the story, there's a myriad of side characters and other superhumans that are introduced to the story. Man, that makes it just as fun. I love a story that has multiple, avenues of character building when it comes to the side characters introduced, and in this story, and I'm not gonna spoil it too much, but the side characters that do come in later on, they they all have their own background story, and it's healthy to see how a manga don't put everything on the back of the MC to make it a good story. The way they do it in this story just makes it bussin', period. I don't care what no one says. I have not seen too many manga do it just as well as far as introducing a myriad of side characters in the story, and every one of the backstories of the side characters are impactful, or there's some kind of, you know, twist and turn which makes for great character development. Story itself, it's not a rebirth reincarnation type theme, you know, it's just pure superhumans versus inhumans. It's great storytelling when it doesn't have to utilize, you know, what we see in Manhua today, pop-ups, like the video game IRL interface type situation, the rebirth, reincarnation, you know, remembering the past lives and the super. It's not all of that. It's pure storytelling, like the Avengers, the Spider-Mans, the Batmans, the Justice Leagues. It's dead ass. Just like, if I had to describe it, I would compare it to those, and I would say it's better than the mainstream movies that we see today. Yo, take my advice. If you want to read a good one right now, look up Superhuman Era. You will not be sorry. I know I geeked out a little bit when trying to tell you about this manga right here, but listen, you missing out, man, if you don't know about it. And for those who do know about it, salute, you are no good material. You know good content. You know this is bussin'. Why this isn't talked about in articles and mainstreams like Black Clover, One Piece, and all of this, you know, Dragon Ball. I love those manga, and I love that they getting that love and that support, and they getting that hype. But this should be just as talked about and up there, if not on a higher pedestal than most of those. I'm not gonna lie to you, it breaks my heart that people don't show that type of respect, man. It's that good, straight up. Thank you for being here at my first video. At the very, you know, if I had to go out with like a little fake decent outro, my teacher said it like this: free advice is worth just about what it costs, which is nothing but the patience with which to listen to it. And with that being said, if you made it this far into the video, thank you for just that patience and sticking around and chilling out with your boy. I just about ran down on the last of this top shelf, so I'm gonna have to go and roll up something else. I'll be chopping it up with my family next time, yo. Until the next video, peace.